Hey, fine folk of YouTube. I apologize as it's been quite a while since I've posted anything for this project. For those looking at the art, at least that's been going weekly, but I realize that I haven't had the time to work on the game itself. So, here we are. As the more astute viewers may notice, I have updated to Unreal Engine 5 instead of 4 now, and I've been playing around, seeing what's changed, what's different, what's better, what's worse. Not much is worse. It's pretty incredible, all things considered. As for the game itself, not a very recognizable look, as it is a lot less than it used to be. I had posted on my Patreon a while back that I wanted to change the direction of where I was taking the game. Originally, it was just going to be a pure battle simulator army, like little armies and stacks of units, and you would progress through kind of generated levels. But I realized that how to say it, that isn't what I wished to leave as to the ideal of the world I'm creating, of Avorkarth. So I decided to move more towards a RPG that would allow characters and development of cultures and seeing how the world is. I realize it's a massive scope. I'm going to try as much as I can to reduce the scope of the game. Good news is that I've already created most of my RPG rules for Avorkarth on my website of avorkarth.com. Feel free to take a look there. And it's fully functional and playable, although I will probably change some things the more I've been playtesting it with other people. As for the video game side of it, and I will try to be importing it as much as I can as a tabletop, so dice rolls and tokens and that kind of stuff, I'll show you what I have. So, first of all, a character creation screen. Nothing beautiful, obviously, but it is all there. Species that are playable. For now, I'm just doing the variations of humans. All the lore, once again, posted on my website, and I am constantly working on it. That is, to me, one of the most important parts is the world itself. The rules, the functions, all that. It's got to be sound before I can move on. But at least all this is here. Temporary image, not finished. I think I did this on a short stream, a 2-hour, where I drew all the variations of humanity in the world of Avorkarth. But the Carthians are like the main typical. So male, female, the stats increase or decrease depending on, very slight, as humanity is not an extremely dimorphic species, at least not in Avorkarth. I have descriptions, cultures, and the religions of said people. That will be, of course, a lot easier to digest once it looks better. Nonetheless, all that is there, and all the stats are in. This was primarily made so that I could learn how to save data for a character and later on save games and all that kind of stuff. Something completely new to my self-learning of, or self-teaching of programming. Moving on, so you'd pick your species, and then you go next, choose your talents, yada yada yada. For now, it's just me testing things out. They don't actually do anything. Same thing with skills and the age, which I can increase, which would increase the skill points allowed for the character to increase or decrease their skills. Once again, all this has been made in my rulebook, so I'm not too worried about it. I just have to implement it, which is no doubt going to be a lot more work than I think it is, as with all things. Moving on from the character creation screen, your character will be put into the world. Yes, it looks gorgeous, I know, fantastic, absolutely, 100% amazing. I'm still deciding on a lot of things. I'm playing around with it right now. So as it is right now, I'll describe what it is that this is your current location. These are like possible locations to move to. I don't know why they're showing. That's odd. More bugs, always more bugs. But you would go from location to location, like preset little spots where something of importance would be. And if your character is able to notice it or talk to an NPC or all that kind of stuff. I know you can't really tell right now, but there's like a broken down cart and an old man here. So if I wanted to move, I would use one of the directions, but you'll notice that I can only move towards a point that is. I've made it as well so I can move with WASD, and then when I have the location I want, I press spacebar. Oops. Yeah, okay. And I can move to and from. It would seem that when I click on a location, though, it locks it in. More bugs. Yay! Nonetheless, I arrive here, and once again, I can move south, southwest, and the fog of war will kind of like update as you move to those locations. With that in mind, so I have character creation, save game, stats, all that kind of stuff, characters, creatures, and the last thing I worked on in this regard was to be able to talk to anyone. So I would have a very simple dialogue system. So, who are you, says the old man, and I'd have his picture there. And then your responses would increase or decrease depending on how many there are. In this case, it'd be like, hello, right, goodbye. Once again, playing with the idea of saving data and whatnot. If I click on the old man, he'll remember that I've spoken to him. So it's like, oh, hello again, ... right, goodbye. That's all I have at the moment. It's not much, I realize that, but nonetheless, small steps. All the combat and dice rolls and tile-based combat can be imported from my Unreal Engine 4 previous videos, so I'm really not that worried about that. There's still, nonetheless, a lot of work to be done. I'm going to debate between polishing, like working on one section and really polishing it before moving on, or trying to get the whole game working with all systems in place before polishing, which is probably the smarter thing to do, but I also want to see what I can do visually with working 2D with Unreal Engine 5. So lighting systems, particle system, all that kind of stuff, but on a 2D plane. Yeah. We'll see where it goes. Nonetheless, there we go. Minor progress. It's been a long time, but it is good. See you all. Thank you for watching.